Big week. It's
no one
the
cares.
Yankees
No
and
one
Mets.
cares.
Subway Series time, baby. I'm actually taking this Subway Series extremely serious.
I'm sorry about that.
I'm taking it
I
very
feel bad.
serious.
I feel sorry for you. Because if there's Yankee fans out there that are like you and taking it serious, I'm taking it very sorry.
It's win 2 or the season's over. That's the way I see it right now.
Yeah.
Win 2 against the Mets or the season's over.
Yeah. I'm sorry to break the news to you. I don't think anybody in New York truthfully gives a crap. Can I say crap or is it? Yeah.
Crap is
I don't
good.
think anybody in New York gives a crap
you're wrong.
about the Subway Series.
You're wrong.
I don't think so.
Good answers only.
I'm
Good
a
answers only.
diehard
And that's
Mets
not
fan, and
another one.
I truly don't even care.
Yep, because you're not really a diehard, because we watch it till the fat lady sings.
Yeah.
Might have to bleep that one out. But welcome back to Empire State Sports, everybody.
Yeah.
It is the Subway Series week. It's always a great week in New York. There is a little bit more smoke to this one than the last one, do you think?
No.
No?
True.
Yeah, it is. Because it's in the greatest ballpark in the world.
I'm being
and that's
honest.
Yankee Stadium, baby.
You know what's taken away from the Subway Series, which is as sad as can be?
What's that?
OTAs, bro. I'm watching and hearing more about Aaron Rodgers and the Jets than I am about the Mets and the Yankees. I don't even think that people listening to this podcast right now know that the Mets and the Yankees are playing tomorrow.
Do you know what
Tuesday.
Do you know what happened? Do you know what happened to me this week?
What happened?
I got into this fuck the Jets mentality. Like, it started to bother me this week.
Why?
I don't know. It just hit me that they got Rodgers. It just hit me that they're talk of the town, and it just bothers me. When when your team is the talk of the town,
I love it.
and I'm not, I need the Jet fans to start coming at me on the socials. I need it. If you want to sit there and just be like, oh, cool, Rodgers. Listen, we beat Favre with 10-inch fingers. Of
course we did.
We beat every other fucking team out there when it comes down to it. We play the Jets this season.
Yes, we did.
We play the Jets this season.
Yes, we do.
And then they're not going to stand a chance, and we own MetLife.
We do.
It's Giant
Stadium. We do own it, but at the same time, it's like I could be on the Jets fan side because I'm also a Mets fan. So it's the same analogy.
Well, yeah, because Mets and the Jets go together. You broke the mold.
Not that the Mets and the Jets go together. The
Jets and the Mets go
fans, Met fans are the same as Jet fans. Like the Met fans, our big brothers are the Yankees.
Yeah.
So for you to hate on the Mets, that's like embarrassing for you. Like if you had a little brother, you would hate him. Like, that's kind of weird. It's the same thing as a Giants fan hating a Jets fan. Like, you would hate your little brother. Like, you want your little brother to do well. No,
I don't want the Jets to do well.
That's weird.
I don't.
Like,
I have nobody important really in my life besides some of my cousins that are on
your
the same
daddy-in-law.
level. Yeah, my dad-in-law, he doesn't even really pay attention to the Jets. He's a fake Jets fan.
What about Mikey from Bayonne?
Mikey from Bayonne he's part of that. He's part of a different generation. It's different. What I have with the Mets is I have people in my life that I want them to be happy. Okay. Not just you, besides you. Take X this whole podcast out of it. Besides you, there's my uncle, there's my father-in-law. I want to see them have their day. I do. They keep talking about 86, and then I came into the world in 87, and the Mets never won again. It's my fault. It's my fault. So, but let's get into this baseball. Yanks had since we last talked, it's been all downhill, and then the worst team in baseball comes to town, and they wind up squeaking out 3 wins. Yeah, and now everybody's like, Rizzo's back, baby. He was the back page of the paper. Rizzo's back, baby. Yeah. He beat up He beat up KC.
Yeah, they kid out like a 10-year ERA.
Make big trades. Make big moves. Get out of here, all right? In the past 5 seasons at the trade deadline, the moves have not worked out for the Yankees. We have gotten worse. All right, since the trade deadline acquisitions from Mr. Brian Cashman. So why should we do it now? We're a World Series or bust team, the Yankees. It's not make the playoffs and everybody's great. It's World Series or bust. So do you think just getting one player is a World Series? It makes you a World Series contender?
It depends.
Can it make you go on a run? Look at the Phillies.
Well, look at the Mets in 2015.
Look at the Phillies. They made what? They made a few moves during that trade deadline. Right?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, they made a few big moves during the trade deadline. They went on their run. But But they didn't win the World Series.
Well, the Braves
so was
did.
it worth anything?
The Braves did.
Okay.
The Braves did. And look
but
at the Mets.
But those are baseball teams.
Yeah, but look
the
at
Yankees
the Mets.
aren't a baseball
look
team.
at the Mets in 2015. All it took was, I mean, we did make more moves than Cespedes,
Yeah.
but all it did was take a Cespedes to spark us to get to the World Series. Before we got Cespedes, you know what the Mets record was in 2015?
No.
51-52. It's not like they weren't good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So getting Cespedes sparked everything.
Exactly.
So I just feel like if it's for Cashman, and Cashman, if you're listening to this, just stay away from the rental. Stay away from that rental that's just a one and done situation. If you're gonna bring somebody in and give up our players, let it be a 2-year. Let it be a 2-year.
Yeah.
Give me a little meat on the bone, okay? Than just a one and done 2 months.
But
and
why?
we're
If
out.
you get a one and done guy and you win a World Series, you're not going to be happy.
It's just I don't see getting a one and done guy.
If you got an Ohtani, you don't see you guys changing.
There's been some rumors floating around of what the Yankees proposed for Ohtani. Did you see that? I don't know if it was. I don't know if I'm getting got
you don't
again.
know how
But
serious.
yeah, I don't know how serious it was. But it's like, no. Do I want to give up Dominguez, Schmidt, this, that for Ohtani to come here and get strike out looking every time he gets up?
Yeah, but why don't you win the World Series with you guys?
You know, I don't see any Ohtani talk even being relevant because the Angels are going to hold on to him with or without them doing anything. They're going to hold on to him. If he goes out and breaks Judge's record, that's huge for them. They're going to fill the seats for the rest of the season. The owner's going to make a boatload of money. It's going to show Ohtani that we want to keep you here, but you're probably not staying here. But they did the right thing by him. Yeah, so that's what I got. That's what I got for the trade deadline. I just feel like if you're going to do something, do it, but make sure it's going to last a little bit longer than these 2 months.
Yeah, but I mean, in reality, if you really look at the Yankees right now, what are they? A game and a half, 2 games out of the last wild card spot.
Yeah.
You get in, you never know what happens. But the Yankees, they're in a unique circumstances right now because right now their bullpen is their strength. I mean, it hasn't been
but when you have a manager like Boone that friggin' ran them down to the ground the first half of the season, are they going to do it for a second half?
But that's okay, nor here nor there. But like in reality, the Yankees' strength is arguably their bullpen. Correct. Right now, I know it hasn't been as to what it was. Like you said, they've been using them, whatever the case
even
may
before
be.
the break.
Yeah, nor here nor there. A lot of these good teams that want to be contenders are teams that go out and look for a bullpen. The Yankees don't need a bullpen. They don't need bullpen help.
No.
If anything, the Yankees
we even have Johnny Lasagna coming back.
Yeah, he's coming back too. Yeah. But the Yankees
and you know me and Lasagna. I believe in that guy's stuff.
Yeah.
I do.
But the Yankees are a bat away from all of a sudden being that team. Like in reality, call me crazy, the division's not gone. Like, are you scared right now of Tampa Bay? No, they look horrible.
Yeah.
Are you
they
scared of the Orioles? I understand the Orioles are good,
but they're the Orioles.
They're the Orioles, and the Yankees actually took 2 out of the first 4 without Judge.
Yeah.
Now imagine right now, right? Judge comes back. I know, let's not get carried away. Let's not bank on Judge to be 60 home run Judge.
First of all, Judge and Johnny Lasagna had a live BP on Saturday.
That's embarrassing.
No, it was Sunday. I think it was Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. They had a live BP. The Yes Network is so desperate for views that they aired it. All right?
Bad.
They aired it. Okay? And they probably had more views for that than the game against the Royals after that, which is definitely nuts. But that's what Judge does. It's just numbers. He just does numbers.
So to go back to the Yankees, how they're in a unique position. Right?
Yeah.
The Yankees also, right now, their starting rotation. What is it? It's Garrett Cole. Right?
Garrett Cole.
He would pitch game 1 if say you make the playoffs. Rodon would pitch game 2.
I am anti-Rodon this week.
What happened?
Rodon is so everybody told me when Rodon was coming to the Yankees that he had this spark to him. He had this energy, right?
Yeah.
He's a 2-pitch pitcher, first of all. He's a 2-pitch pitcher.
Yep.
All right. He had this energy. Okay. So he's blown up on the mound. Literally worst start of his Yankee career.
It's only been 4 starts, but okay.
Worst start of his Yankee career. Coming off the mound. And one of my family members, the Yankee fan, is over the dugout. All right. Not really my family member, but my family, because any Yankee fan is my family. And he starts barking at Rodon. Barking at him. Do better. Whatever he was saying, right? Whatever he was saying. Rodon looks at him and blows him a kiss. You do not do that. You just don't do it. If you want to play in the biggest city in the world, for the greatest baseball team, the greatest franchise in the world, you have to friggin' take a page, all right, out of Jeter's book. That's something you have to do. Watch this. Watch this. After that last inning, there's blows a kiss.
He just got rocked too.
He's lucky that fan held his composure, because I'm sure if he does that in New York, they're throwing things at him. Okay, or if you step foot out of the stadium in the boogie down Bronx, they probably might shank him up a little bit. You never know. Okay, so Rodon, if you're listening to this, and your wife that has these Twitter fingers, his wife has got she's a firecracker. She's a firecracker too.
Not gonna make it.
All right, you're not gonna make it here if you keep that up. Do you want to know how to stay a Yankee? You want to know how to be the best player to the Yankees?
Zip it.
Go up there. Put up zeros and zip it, all right? Because we bully you to build you, okay? Because just as bad as we bully you, we're going to applaud you. It's just that's the way we are as a fan base. And if you didn't know that, now you do,
Look
okay?
at Edwin Diaz.
Because now you have to gain my trust and my respect. When you had it, for no reason, just because you put on the pinstripes, you had my respect, all right? Now you just lost it.
So that was awesome, Charles.
Okay,
I like that.
Yeah.
I listened the day after the Yankees signed Carlos Rodon.
You called me.
Not that I called you. It was after he ended up coming on WFAN. Tiki and Tierney had him on his show. Mm-hmm. The way he spoke on WFAN, I called you right after the interview.
Yeah.
And I said he's not making it in New York.
Uh-huh.
The way he was speaking, talking about, I wake up in the morning, I do mental health things, I meditate, I do this, I do that, I journal, like saying all this stuff. Like that's the type of person he is. I was laughing to myself because I was like, this guy is going to get eaten up, chewed up, and spit out.
It took 4 starts.
It took 4 starts, bro. It took 4 starts, and he wasn't even in New York.
Yeah.
He wasn't even in New York.
Yeah, and to talk more, I brought Jeter up and how, like, take a page out of Jeter's book or take a page out of O'Neal and all the old guys. I know I'm living back in the day, and this really might be an old school take. All right, just like the beards. It's an old school thing. People like it. People don't like it. You know what pissed me off over the weekend?
Let me hear.
All right, our captain, all right, has been on the DL for the last how many games? All right, a long time. Once again,
after Dodgers,
not his fault.
After
not
Dodgers.
his fault. He plays to 100%. He's one of the greatest baseball players that I ever got to see play. Okay, but if you want to be the king of New York, you got to do king of New York type things. And one thing in New York to be the king of New York is to win a ring. Okay. After you win a ring, I don't care if it's 1 ring. I don't care if it's 10 rings. Okay. You win 1 ring in New York, you're the king of New York. Eli won 2, right? Eli could do anything.
Yes.
Right?
He does.
Jeter could do anything.
And he does.
All right. A-Rod could do anything.
And he does.
CC Sabathia could do anything. These guys, Mark Teixeira, they got 1 ring. They don't have multiple rings. He has 1 ring. All right? Judge has 0 rings. Injured. Again. Not once again. Playing 100%. It's not like it was oblique. It wasn't his body this time. It was a freak accident. Right? You come out. I'm not even talking about John Carlo. You come out with Drake in Madison Square Garden to intro. I might get ripped for this. All right? But I don't care. Because you want to be the king of New York, you got to win a ring, and then you could come down the aisle with whoever the frig you want. All right? You do not do what you did Sunday night. It bothered me. It bothered me.
Why?
Because it bothered me. It might be it really might be an old take, but it completely bothered me.
But
I cringe even just seeing Jeter up there now on Fox.
Yeah, but he's getting paid.
Yeah. But we never seen Jeter outside of playing baseball. Making plays at shortstop.
That just wasn't him.
Hitting the ball, even hitting into double plays. All right. The only thing we remember of Jeter throughout his life, all right, in the beginning, he calmed down. He had a lot of girlfriends. We all know that. He definitely did his thing. Okay. But he was never in the media in that type of way when his team was in last place.
All right. But you got to realize Aaron Judge is the king of New York. I don't care if he has a ring or not. At the end of the day,
active player.
At the end of the day,
yes.
right? Aaron Judge took a pay cut to come back to the New York Yankees.
A pay cut.
Yes, he did.
A pay cut
yes, he
to
did.
play for the greatest franchise in the world.
Well, that's your opinion, first off. But yes, he took a pay cut.
Fact.
He took a pay cut to come back to the Yankees.
Yes.
Right? Did he not?
Yes.
So right then and there, no matter what he does,
no.
he is the king of New York. And you don't know.
Not in my brain.
And you don't know.
And I get killed for it all the time.
But you don't know that he could have called up Drake or anybody and he said, listen, I want to come to a Drake concert. And then all of a sudden, Drake got a hold of that. Wait, Judge wants to come to a Drake concert?
No doubt.
All right, no doubt.
He's coming out
You're
with me.
coming to the Drake concert and you're coming out
match.
to me.
It's not a boxing match.
Maybe it wasn't Judge's idea to do that.
All right, so then you have to be the captain of the Yankees and say no after I win a ring.
What?
You have to be the captain.
In what world?
It's my world,
Charles,
I guess. It's my world.
That's exactly.
It's my world.
It's your world.
And in the comment section, you're going to see that it's not just my world.
I don't know.
Right? There's plenty of people out there that
you want
agree
him
with
to
me.
be like, listen, Drake.
Can't do it.
Thank you.
Can't
but
do
no,
it.
I have to win a ring first.
I might fall down the stairs and injure my toe even more.
Oh, get out of here.
But bro, it's just it was a bad move.
Yo, you look at these guys.
You're in last place.
You look at these guys.
If you're in first place, I'm probably not saying this.
But you're looking
You're
at
in last
these guys.
place. We're miserable.
He's not even playing. So who's fault? Why does that have to
John
do with
Carlos.
Judge?
John Carlos.
So, and you look at these guys like how I did when I was like 11, 12 years old. Like I looked at them like they were that was them. Like,
yes.
they're superstars.
I
These
still
are
look
heroes.
at it like I'm alive.
They're
I still
humans.
watch baseball like I'm going out there and playing for Benny Encino's homers. I still do.
Human beings.
I do.
That he had yesterday to him was a Friday because he had off the next day.
Yeah.
Right? Today's an off day for him. So
Yeah.
it was just like a weekend.
Cool.
He gets to
You want to go to the Nets game? Cool.
Yeah.
You want to go to the Ranger game? Cool.
What, he can't go to a Drake concert?
He could go.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to make a public statement by walking down 85 steps
He's the king of New
down,
York.
to get down to the floor.
He's the king of New York. That's what kings
it wasn't
of New
like
York
he just
do.
came out on stage. Bro, it almost reminded me of of LeBron. Remember that whole LeBron video?
Kinda is.
Backbone. Remember that LeBron video when he came out and he was like, woo, woo, woo,
Yeah.
woo, woo, I'm LeBron James. That's what it kind of looked like. And he's not that guy. His persona is not.
I mean,
It drove me fucking nuts.
What went into
It drove me freaking nuts. I had to wake up to see Judge coming out with Drake when we're in last place.
Wanna know what
And we
drove-
just beat the Royals.
Want to know what drove me nuts?
What's that?
Sitting there watching the New York Mets play baseball.
Yeah,
That's what
me
drove
too.
me nuts.
Me too. I had a Sunday night where I got to watch the Mets too.
Yeah.
And like I was telling the Backbone too, like since the pod started and like even prior, like I'm really pulling for the Mets. Like every night that I watch, like
Maybe stop watching.
Genuinely,
Maybe you're the mush.
Nah, since 87,
Yeah.
bro. Since
So
87.
the New York Mets over the weekend
Yeah.
showed me what they are. And what the New York Mets are, they are a team that doesn't do anything well. They can't pitch. They can't hit. They can't field. They can steal bases. That's awesome. But when you have a man in scoring position, guess what? They don't drive that run in. I can't even tell you how many times they had loaded bases with no outs and didn't score a run this year. I can't tell you the amount of times they had first and third with no outs and didn't score a run this year. I can't tell you how many times that happened this year. But that just goes to show you what the 2023 New York Mets are. They are a bad, embarrassing team. And it's been like this. This is what they are. We've seen what they are now. Listen, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Whatever the saying is. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They fooled me 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. I'm not getting fooled anymore.
Yeah.
I watched that game, right? The after the All-Star break, we had a series against the Dodgers, right?
Big series.
Big series. We got 1 hit. All right, you know what? Listen, I still have hope. Next day, we get smoked. Next day, we win off for a walk-off, but it was a bad game.
Yeah.
The series against the Red Sox, I told myself, listen, win this series, let's see what happens, right? You know what happened, Charles, that series? Max Scherzer happened again. We finally get a big win, right? We come out
After the rain delay.
After the rain delay.
Game starts the next day.
Game starts next day. Let's play 1.5 games. That was the saying. Let's play 1.5 games. We come out the first game. Still not a good game. We ended up winning, but there was, like I said, numerous times. Bases loaded, no outs, no runs scored. First and third, no outs.
Score was 5-4, right?
5-4. Yeah. Max Scherzer had to be
that guy.
$43 million guy
I don't care how old he is.
Don't care how old he is.
He had to do his job.
He had to do his job. $43 million. I can't tell you how many times this season that he came into games where he had to be that guy.
He had to be the stopper.
And he just shit the bed. It doesn't. If I was Max Scherzer, right, as a respectful man who's making all this money from one guy, Steve Cohen,
you give it back.
I would next year for the option, right? Because he has an option. I would, honest to God, and I hope Max Scherzer's listening to this, or Steve Cohen, or somebody that's part of their team listens to this. Max Scherzer, as a human being, as a father, someone that knows what it feels like to have money now, because he knows what it feels like to have money. He's making $1.2 million a start, right? A start. Just to give up 5 home runs.
More than Picky Doll.
Yeah. Go up to Steve Cohen after the season, have dinner with him, shake his hand, and apologize to him for giving you all that money to do what you're doing. It's embarrassing. It is absolutely embarrassing, and it is a joke. It's not fair. It's not right to do this to a guy. Steve Cohen had so much respect to this guy. Give him all this money. Has so much faith. Has so much faith in him.
Yep.
And this is what you do. We needed a game against the Red Sox the other day. That was the game. We win that game. All of a sudden, we're 5 games out of the wild card, and we're sitting there like, oh my God, we're 4 games under 500. We're 5 games out of the wild card. We're here. We're here.
Yeah, we're here. We're gonna be relevant.
And you know what he does? He gives up 4 home runs. He gets shelled. Not even does he give up 4 home runs, but he looked horrible doing it.
Yeah.
And then after the game, like you said, his quotes are just so
he doesn't
annoying.
Take the accountability.
They're just so annoying, his quotes.
They are.
And I'm just so sick of it. I can't listen to it no more.
And if you had the blame poll in front of you, it's called a blame poll.
Yes.
Right? Who would you put all that blame on?
It's hard to say. I want to put it all on one guy.
Let's just put it on somebody.
But it's so Max Scherzer has to take a majority of the blame.
Yeah,
majority of the blame goes to Max Scherzer. There was games like that he had the lead. Started off right the game against the Braves. He had a 4-1 lead against the Braves. We gave you 4 runs.
Yeah,
4-1 against the Braves. He started the game off nice too. First 3 innings, he looked good. Then all of a sudden, he gives up 5 runs in an inning. And not even does he give up 5 runs, he's getting rocked.
Correct.
So we lose that game. Then we play the game against the Yankees. 5-1 lead. 5-1 lead against the Yankees. And don't even get me started with that Yankees lineup, because that Yankees lineup that game, it was like their W lineup.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
No Judge.
It's pathetic.
No Judge. 5-1 lead. Guess what? No, doesn't matter. He'll give that one up. Then he had the game against the Diamondbacks. We ended up winning that game because a kid named Francisco Alvarez hits a big home run to save his ass after we just give him a lead. And then to top it all off, the game against the Padres at going into the All-Star break, we just win 6 straight games. He needed to come in and get us that game to get us into the All-Star break feeling good about ourselves.
Yeah,
not only does he not make us feel good about ourselves, Joe Musgrove, the guy that we faced in the playoffs, who gave us 1 hit against us, comes out, he faced the Mets that game. He starts off the first inning, 3 outs on 9 pitches or 12 pitches, whatever it was, dominated it, set the tone. You know what Max Scherzer did that game? In 3 batters, he gave up 3 runs. So like that, like what are you doing? You're supposed to be the guy to be this to set up to be the stopper, all this stuff. He's just not. He has to take majority of the blame.
Baseball is a really funny sport too, because the ball always finds you. That ball always finds you. He's always getting the ball in these big spots. It's been him. And he hasn't been that guy.
Yeah. People want to say, oh, look what he did against the Dodgers.
Listen,
That's one game.
You could go after a lot of your position players. You could go after a lot of people. But when it comes down to it, and there's these big games that happen within a season, and he has the opportunity to be that guy, the way he's getting paid, like you said, he should be doing
that
job,
guy,
or at least giving you a quality start. What are you asking?
He's not even doing that.
You know what I mean? You want to say it's like the Grom days where you couldn't score a run for the Grom, yada yada yada.
No, we're scoring for him.
You were scoring.
We're scoring plenty for him.
Yeah.
Like it's true. It's not even good starts. Yeah,
you know that's the whole thing.
And it's like like I said, I want to go back to Steve Cohen, because I do feel like Max Scherzer should be a man after the season and take a pay cut and give him his money back.
That'll never happen.
It will never happen.
It'll never happen.
But you know what else will never happen? Another thing that will never happen is the actual diehard real fans asking the owners questions. That will never happen.
No.
Like,
they'll never make themselves available for that. He
Well,
started his Twitter journey and he backed off real quick.
So they we really haven't gotten into this when Steve Cohen was asked these questions by these journalists.
We didn't.
So there's still, till this day, questions that are unanswered. And I still want to know the answers to these questions, right? Instead of having journalists that give up layup questions that are so stupid and so dumb that are just like, when they're asking them, you're like, what are you saying? That's the real questions, right?
It felt like it was a script almost.
Literally.
Yeah, it felt like it was a script that no one was allowed to ask their question that they wanted to ask. It was like
which is
said to
embarrassing.
them, you have to ask these questions. A little like what's going on in the political world, but
what I wish they would do, I wish Steve Cohen would have the cojones to do this, which I know he won't, and there's no reason for him to do it. But I wish there was a way to have real fans ask real questions. And the question number one that a real fan would ask him, or in my opinion would ask him, who is creating these lineups? Who is in charge of calling up these guys?
Yeah.
Like, why is Mark Vientos getting called up? I know he played the last 2 games again in the series and pinch hit or whatnot.
Because you had an injury, right?
Yeah. But why is Daniel Vogelback still batting 5th in the lineup and DHing?
Every night.
And why is he on the team? And why are guys named Danny Mendick and why are guys named DJ Stewart called up playing over Ronnie Mauricio? Why? Like, I know they're going to come out and say, but Ronnie Mauricio, he needs to get some more time at second base and left field before he comes up.
What do you got to lose?
What do you got to lose? Yeah. I'd rather have Ronnie Mauricio and left field than DJ Stewart.
Getting experience. Yes.
I'd rather Ronnie Mauricio up at bat than Danny Mendick, than DJ Stewart.
Is that really his name? Or
yes,
are you fucking around?
Danny Mendick. I'd rather
what is it?
Danny Mendick, Mendick. I'd rather Ronnie Mauricio get the playing time over these guys. That's what bothers me. Why weren't these questions asked to Steve Cohen?
A month ago.
I still don't know why.
Yeah. And you're never going to know.
And they're never going to know why. They dropped the ball. The journalists that asked the questions dropped the ball. Because listen, people always say, like, what's your feelings on Buck? What's your feelings on Buck? My feelings on Buck are so. If I knew that Buck Showalter was creating these lineups for sure,
correct. You'd be
then I would hate Buck.
Oh yeah.
Now I kind of let him off the hook because I don't know. I don't know.
Correct.
But if Steve Cohen came out and was like, yeah, Buck Showalter's the one that is
running the
playing Vogelback every day, batting him 5th, and Buck Showalter's the one that said, oh, I want Danny Mendick to come play second and DJ Stewart in right. Like that, if that is what Steve Cohen said, then right here, right now, get rid of Buck. Bye. See you later. Get Beltran to finish the season.
Yeah.
That's what I would want.
Yeah.
But because we don't know the answers, because the journalists dropped the ball on the questions, I'm sitting here still saying, I don't know. You got to give Buck a shot. Because what else do we have?
That's it. If he wants to get up there and have a sit down, he had a sit down. That was basically a Mets sit down. He came out. He sat in front of the thing. He sat in front of the camera. Yep. He answered some questions, and the questions felt very, very scripted. Very, very scripted.
It was like The Office.
So we'll see where we go. Hopefully, I don't even know what to say. Hopefully, because like you said, you get me once, you get me twice, you get me 3 times. They got you 5 times. I feel the same way.
It's over,
and I feel the same way with the Yankees. Like, everyone's we had a good weekend, but what the fuck is that? That is the worst team in baseball.
Nah, I'm not getting.
It's like I'm not getting fooled. I still want to win the games every night. Of course. You know what I mean? Watching baseball, I want to win the games, but it's like get me to Sunday. Give me hell's bells, and I'm ready for some Giant football. I'll tell you that.
We'll finish baseball off before we finish.
I just had I did have and the Yankees did a.
I was going to bring up the trade deadline. Like, what is your expectations for the trade deadline?
Well, I brought it up in the beginning a little bit, just feeling that if they're going to make a move, let it stick. I don't want this 2-month guying out.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone's talking Cody Bellinger. Everyone's talking a couple left fielders. Listen, you need a left fielder. We need a left fielder, but we need a left fielder that's going to come in and play now and also play for the next 2-3 years. We need a real player. We have pieces. Yeah. We have pieces that teams would want. What is Bellinger? Can you look that up, Andrew? Is that a rental? Is he a free agent?
Yeah.
No, it's a 1 year.
He has a 1 year contract with the Cubs. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he's a straight rental.
Yeah.
It's a straight rental.
Yeah.
So I hope a couple minor leaguers with no names attached to them could get him.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be much.
You know what I mean? Get him,
not,
and then
they're not getting away
you
much.
have a talk, and hopefully you could get him to play left field next year.
The
for
only
your
problem
team.
is the Cubs have been winning a little bit, so they're kind of like back in the
A
hunt.
lot of these teams are in the hunt.
Yeah.
You know, that's a big problem you got coming. That's why you haven't heard one move yet.
Of course.
You haven't heard a move yet because of that. But the Yankees did something pretty cool. We brought Andy Pettit back as a special advisor to the team. You have the Sean Casey. We're bringing baseball players back to a baseball team, which I really like to see. I really do like to see it. Just for instance, Casey, John Boy dropped this. He said that Sean Casey told Rizzo on Sunday, take your batting gloves off because when you stink, I want you to feel it. Because if you hit the ball, the people that don't know, if you hit the ball in a bad spot with no batting gloves on, your hands feel like they just broke, basically.
Yep.
He hit 4 barrels. He hit 4 barrels on Sunday. So maybe that is something. Maybe it's not. Whatever, you know. But did the Yankees do enough, though, to stay afloat with their guys either being injured or having the worst seasons to their career? Like, did they do enough to just stay here in this? We're a game and a half out.
Yeah.
You're floating, but like we sucked with Judge too. Don't forget that.
You just got a bad stretch right here, right?
It is a bad
Tough stretch.
It is a bad stretch.
You would love to have Judge for this stretch.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This stretch can make or break the Yankees.
There's no word.
Yeah.
They're keeping it all hush-hush. I think you're just going to see a tweet go out. Judge is activated. He's in the lineup. It's going to be something simple like that. I don't think you're going to see a rehab start.
I think the Yankees, they're gonna throw him out there. They have to. Like even
because he didn't get the surgery.
Yeah.
If he would have got the surgery, they would have said we're taking care of our $100 million.
Even like just to have him
man.
He's like what you got to do with Judge is like what like football teams do. Like there was times when Odell was like hurt.
Yeah.
But you just need him out there because it messed up the strategy of the game. Yeah, because it had eyes on Odell. And it's the same thing with Judge. You got to put him out there, DH him. He has to be in that lineup.
And for you, I don't want to speak for you, but for you, right now, coming down to the trade deadline, you want to sell.
Yeah.
You want to sell. You've been ready to sell.
I've been ready to sell. Like there's no I'm at the point now, like I want to watch these kids play. I have nothing to look forward to anymore.
So just put the kids out there.
Just put the kids out there.
Let them get that experience.
Yeah, you got to get rid of Mark Canna. You got to get something for him. You got to get rid of Tommy Pham. You got to get something for him. Stalling Marte.
Is Tommy Pham still hurt or he's back?
Well, he popped up yesterday when it was 6-1 and he got a pinch hit and he didn't run out a ground ball. So I'm assuming he's hurt, but I don't know. Okay. I don't know. Okay. We don't know. But yeah, so anyway, Tommy Pham, goodbye. Stalling Marte, goodbye. Darren Robinson, I'm sorry. I want to keep him.
Yeah, no, but just get some prospects. Get some prospects.
We gotta there's guys that you just gotta cut the ties with now because it's a wash season.
I respect it.
It's a wash season.
I respect it at this point.
You just gotta get rid of these guys. They're washed. Omar Narvaez, he might go goodbye. Adam Ottavino might go goodbye. There's like numerous guys in this lineup that you could say goodbye to. And I just hope that they don't say goodbye to somebody that is going to completely destroy the locker room for next season as well. You know, like if they get rid of like a Jeff McNeil, which there's no rumors about this stuff. I'm just saying.
We're talking. That's what this is all about.
If Jeff McNeil goes, or if like a Pete Alonso goes, or
those are big pieces. Those are big pieces that you see could have bounce back seasons.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that. Like that, the other guys like Marte, like these guys, they can go, and like next year, you won't even realize they're gone.
You know, one Yankee that could go that's not going to see the field at all this season, but he's still lingering.
Who?
Josh Donaldson. Why is this guy on my bench?
No one wants him.
Why? No. But why is he even in my locker room?
What are you gonna do? He's like $20 million.
He can't just go home. He's not gonna play.
What are you gonna do? DFA him and cut and
no. So I have a question. If you're injured,
yes.
All right, he can't just go home. He has to travel with the team and shit.
Well, he's on the IL.
Yeah. He's done. Yeah, season-ended surgery. He's done. Yeah, 60-something day. Yeah, he's done.
Yeah.
This guy's done.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why is he still lingering? I don't even need his mojo. I don't even need his vibe. I hate him. I got the ick.
He's the bringer of rain.
I got the ick. All right, Backbone. You got any golf? I mean, some Backbone breakdown. What up?
It was a pretty dead week, honestly.
Not with golf. You shot a 63.
Now it's soccer.
Yeah.
What, you saw that, John Rahm?
Yeah, 63. I was watching.
He didn't even win, though, honestly.
No, of course, but that's because my lefty brother, he was dominating.
I know, but the golf tournament was honestly kind of boring this weekend.
It was. Bad weather, too.
Yeah, right? I think we got double soccer today. This one I just wanted to bring up. You know the guy Mbappe?
Yeah.
He's a big-time soccer player. He just got offered from Saudi Arabia for one season to play in Saudi Arabia, $776 million. Wow.
What?
This is all the stuff that it's more than. Just to put it in perspective, the New York Mets' entire payroll is $367 million. LeBron's all-time NBA earnings is $531 million.
Wow.
Patrick Mahomes' deal through 2031 is $494 million.
Holy shit.
That's crazy.
And this is just for one season.
But why is Saudi Arabia doing this though?
They're looking to like jump into sports, and they don't care how much money.
Where are they getting this money from?
What do you mean?
Biden?
Oil.
They got that blood money.
Biden?
And then
Crazy.
we obviously have to show. I don't know if you were sleeping under a rock or not.
Yeah, no, I definitely was sleeping under a rock about Messi in general with my comments from last week. So
Yeah, you'll take those back, right?
yeah, no, I take them back now.
So you think this was staged, correct?
It definitely felt like it, right?
We don't hear nothing. Messi! It felt totally staged.
Look at everyone's faces. Everyone's like, again.
So it was Messi's first game
Yes.
playing in America for Miami.
Yep.
Game on the line.
Look
And
at all
wins
their
the game.
faces. They're like,
wins the
this
game.
kid's unbelievable. Kid, 36. This guy's unbelievable. Look at all the Argentines.
I think I just seen a Yankee yet.
They didn't show it here, but they showed like a thing of Kim Kardashian or whatever.
Yeah, the stars were out for this one too.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, I seen
right?
Kim. I seen Kimmy's sons.
Bro, but
Oh, was it a son? No, it's a daughter, right?
No, son.
it's
Son? Yeah.
ridiculous.
He was going wild. Right?
It's honestly ridiculous
Yeah.
how like and it's always like a big time situation where he comes up and just does it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even big with soccer, and I know who
That was
Messi
huge.
is.
Yeah,
You know
it
what I
was
mean?
huge.
Like that's ridiculous. What else we got?
Honestly, I really that's all I really had.
Yeah, it was a slow week.
Yeah, what about Ronnie Mauricio's walk-off home run? That's all right.
you want me to bring that?
I mean, we
stuff?
could. I mean, I had a bit in there about bringing him up. Why not?
Yeah.
You did mention Odell Beckham. Did you hear that he announced this is his last year?
Is
Yeah, I
retiring?
mean,
He's done after this year.
Yeah, I mean,
so.
I kind of
Is he
said
going
it.
into movies?
I said it after the Super Bowl. I said,
Or is he going to become
his
a basketball
career is probably
player?
over. But
He'll become a basketball player next?
No, I mean
Bro, you think he's done? He's going to retire 19 times.
his knees is shot.
yeah,
He's going to retire mark my words.
Nah,
He'll have 4 retirements.
he's not that.
yeah,
type
it's
of
different
player.
with football.
He'll have 4 retirements.
You think Steph Curry's gonna join the
With the
PGA
shot?
Tour after he retires?
maybe.
Why
Like,
not?
it's very possible he retires like in the next few years and just joins the tour.
Why not? He's playing
could.
some sick golf.
I actually,
You know who else is playing sick golf?
Who?
DJ Khaled.
Really?
Great golf.
I was watching on TikTok.
Let's golf.
I was watching on TikTok today. Steph Curry was at like a Six Flags
With the shot boy?
No, so
Steph Curry with the
at,
shot boy?
yeah, so they're at Six Flags. You know how
He
like
wasn't
they
at
have.
Six Flags. I was at Six Flags.
All right. I hate when you do that, by the way. Like, I'm trying to make a point. And you just,
He
he always does that. I don't understand.
I do it on purpose. I'm sorry.
So
I take it back.
Steph Curry was at like Six Flags. You know how those games are like rigged, they say, those basketball games?
Yeah.
He goes around. The thing that he had to do was
It was
like
a
3
3-point
shots.
yeah, it was a
three
3-point
shots, 3 shots,
contest,
3
yeah.
shots. He went 6 for 15.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you want to talk about rigged? It might be.
Yeah.
If Steph Curry is going 6 for 15, you know something's up, bro.
Hell yeah.
Come on
hell
with
yeah.
that.
All right, man. Is that it? All right, man. Thank you, everybody, for listening to Empire State Sports. Your boy, Charlie Caps, in the backbone.
Yeah.
Don't forget, gamble responsibly.
Let's go,
Yanks!
Mets!
Take it from the Mets,
Let's go,
baby.
Mets!
Take it from the Mets. Just send
Sweep.
them out. Just send them out into their misery. Do what you do, Yanks. And judges, we'll be here. We'll be here for it. We're waiting for it.
Peace.